Chapter 29. Christmas can't come soon enough this year. After the London trip fiasco, Jen is definitely off with me. She suspects something is going on, which it is, although not the way she thinks it is, and she seems particularly vehement about my supposed hypocrisy. I mean, nobody's perfect. You'd think that things would wind down at the end of term, but David's roped me into different meetings with agencies who are supposed to be helping Whitlock improve. I'm one of the first to arrive in the morning, and the sun is just rising, ribbons of red clouds spanning the horizon. There's frost on the ground, and I take a moment to stare at the sky. The radiant glow gives a halo to our grimy, dilapidated school. It's a rare moment of transcendence. Perhaps I am doing something good here, making a difference. It's a sign of divine approval. "Grab me a coffee, will you?" David calls to me as I walk past his office. I roll my eyes and push the door a little more forcefully than necessary. When I walk back through the empty staff room, a cold draft blows through a gap where the window won't close properly. This building. David's office is warm. Too warm, in fact, and he leans back in his executive chair as he barks out the paperwork he needs for the meeting. Data analysis for Year 11, intervention plans, provision for students in target groups. I shared it all with you last night. I opened my laptop, feeling like it was just 5 minutes ago I was staring at the screen, as if I hadn't slept. School bears an alarming similarity to Groundhog Day at times. They were at Pressfield yesterday, David tells me, sipping his coffee. It's strange. In moments like this, it's as if the dinner YouTube incident never happened. David's good at compartmentalising. I know it's all filed away, ready to be produced at an opportune moment for blackmail or emotional manipulation. Right now, he's cool and collected, making small talk to hide his nerves at this meeting. I wonder where Vermont is and why David can't get the senior team to do this due diligence. I hear the sound of voices in the corridor as more staff arrive and try to pick out Jen. I imagine her making her usual mug of tea in the Wuthering Heights mug I bought her. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same. Don't you think? I realise David is staring at me. Sorry, what did you say? Never mind, he snaps impatiently. You seem away with the fairies. Where is Vermont? On cue, the door bursts open and Joseph enters with a flustered expression. I've hardly ever seen him discomposed. He sits next to me and fumbles around with his briefcase. You're late, David says unnecessarily. Sorry, Joseph avoids eye contact. He doesn't give any reasons or excuses, which I can tell annoys David, but then the phone rings. Yes, I'll meet them. He replaces the receiver. They're waiting in reception. There are 2 emissaries from the local authority, both dressed in black suits. I can tell it's going to be one of those meetings. David turns on his usual charm, but within 2 minutes of them sitting down, the questions begin. What is your forecast for exam results this summer? What action are you taking to help pupils in your target group? How do you know these figures are accurate? There doesn't seem to be a good cop, bad cop routine. They're both bad cop. Vermont and I struggle through our sets of data for maths and English, and I help to bail David out of answering a couple of awkward questions about students with additional learning needs. Jen has filled me in on all of that, as it's part of her new role. When it's finally over, I retrieve my respectable Fair Isle pattern sweater and pull it over my shirt. It's Christmas jumper day. The corridors are now full of hyper kids wearing elf hats, jumpers with flashing lights, along with shorts, ripped jeans and other inappropriate items for a school day in December. One kid is dressed in a Captain America costume. I catch sight of Jen, wearing a giant snowflake fluffy jumper and a headband with snowball pom-poms. She loves all of this. Her classroom has coloured lights and a mini Christmas tree. Nice jumper, she comments with an ironic smile. I shrug. There's a commotion as 2 boys kick a football down the corridor. I catch it swiftly and take it with me to my classroom, ignoring the cries of protest. A tiny girl is waiting for me, and she immediately starts twittering about homework being lost and the dog eating it. Okay, I hold up a hand to stop her mid-flow. I will speak to you in the lesson. My Year 9 class is waiting, a fizzing excitement amplifying the volume of their usual noise. Sir, are we doing something fun today? One of the boys asks hopefully. English is always fun, I reply dryly, shoving the football under my desk. It's going to be a long day. At lunch, I find Jen in the staff room, taping a large notice to the wall. My face is on it, surrounded by a border of oranges, with the text, "Citrus allergy. Please do not eat citrus fruit in public areas when Michael is present." "What are you doing?" I stare at the picture of myself. "Making sure that you don't have another anaphylactic shock." I give it half an hour before that poster is defaced. As long as the message is clear, I don't care. The snowball pom-poms wiggle as Jen shakes her head at me. The note of annoyance is permanently in her voice. "Did you bring your EpiPen in?" she asks. I hold open my jacket to show that it's in my inside pocket in case of future emergencies. "I'm looking forward to taking you to the carol service," I say in a softer tone, hoping she'll respond. "Will Christina be joining us?" She's really got a bee in her bonnet about this. "She'll be there," I hedge. "It will be great for you two to catch up," Jen says bitterly. "You're the person I want to spend time with." I wish I could pull her tightly in, squeezing the grey fluff of her jumper and stroking her back comfortingly, but I just stand there. "We've got the special Christmas quiz this week," she says. "Why don't you join us?" I'd rather squirt lemon juice in my eye than sit with Sean at a pub quiz, but I'm starting to worry that Jen's hatred of me is returning in full force, which may have negative ramifications for my planned Christmas proposal. "All right," I agree, but no elf hats.